like to introduce to you the Zealheli Nano Qx frame. Just received this from Zealheli, and I put it together. Very simple to do. All you get is your frame, and the arms are separate. So really all you're going to have to do, I pre-did everything so it's just to shorten up the video. So I just want to show you what you're going to need to do once you get this. Now you have the option of either going with the FPV model, which accommodates for the camera, and you would have to change the top plate. But the stock, when it comes in, when you get it, it already has this on there, so you don't have to mess with the small screws. Now I do suggest you get yourself a micro screwdriver, make your life a lot easier. So that being said, so all you're going to have to do is loosen up the top screw so you don't have any sticking out through the bottom here. And then you'll see a slot in the arm brace, and loosen up that screw, and this will slide right in. And then if you notice on the arm, there's a hole right here. We'll get a little closer. Make out. So, and that'll go towards the top. So, slide that in. Eye level it. See if you're somewhat true to level. It's not sticking out too far on the inside. And lower this screw down just a little bit. Give it a little turn, pull it out a little bit, make sure it's set. You could feel it once it snaps into that little hole up top. Then you could just screw this down, and then tighten up the tensioner. Now you can use Loctite if you wish, but on these little micro screws, I tend not to. I usually will do a preventive maintenance and check all my screws as I fly down the road. Now, you have the option here to go from stock 6mm to 7mm motors, which is a nice option. So I am going with the 6mm stock motors, and the motors that I'm using are the Micromotor Warehouse motors. Now, I suggest you take your wire and just give it a twist. Helps them shorten them up a bit. Try not to twist them too hard near the plugs and over down where the motor is. You'll see in a second why. And it helps shorten them up too. So now you're going to want to put your motor into place. Obviously I already took the liberty of putting in the other three. Now you don't want to set it all the way down. You just want to get it so it's just resting into place. The reason is you got to get your plug through the back side where the hole is in the arm, and it'll come through the bottom. And you're able to grab it. And then you can put your motor down. And there's a nice little stop right here. Tighten up your motor. Again, if you choose to use Loctite, it's totally up to you. Check to make sure it's somewhat level. Mine's a little off, so I'm just going to loosen this up just a little bit. And just get it right where I want it. And then tighten it back down. That easy. Now, you have the option of taking the top plate off or leaving it on, because honestly, I don't think you need to. I already took off the board from the Nano Qx, and I already installed my two-sided tape. Just watch out for your antenna, and obviously back side of the quad, so that's where the cord's going to go. So you're going to flip it upside down, you're going to send it through, And you'll notice that he has 4 corresponding square slots in the frame that them plugs fit into. And push it down into place. And the board is there. It's in place. Seems to be quite level. The antenna is not touching any of the carbon fiber. Now to put the plugs in. Alright. So I'm going to put the plugs in. Just going to hold the board a little bit on the side. If you got fat fingers, it could be a little difficult, but this is probably one of the easiest transplants I've ever had to do. And this seems quite sturdy. I like this frame. Don't mean to bore you with all this little stuff here. Whoops, forgot to send this one through. Through the hole. And then come out the side. And then we're going to go through the top again. Boy, there's a pain in the butt, huh? We'll get it. Alright. Now we got it. Okay, now we're going to bring her through the bottom. Get it up into there. There we go. My mistake. But got that all corrected. I'm going to push that into here, and that's it. That's pretty much about it. Perfect, easy build. I'd like to thank Zealheli for sending me this frame for testing it out. I'm going to do a flight review on how this thing performs. I don't see there's going to be any question that this is going to be a good frame. So again, just keep your antenna out of place. Make sure it's not touching any carbon fiber. And you'll be good to go. Just set your props on, and that's it. Again, I'd like to thank Zealheli for sending me this awesome frame. I'm going to get my props on it and put her in the air. Thank you for watching. Hope this helps.